Yeah.
Alrighty, so today's video is going to be a reaction video. Could Yusuke beat all of the Espada by Chuck? Apparently it is also featuring Clyde. Uh, so you already know. I don't know. Probably about to be some cap. Probably about to be some cap. Let's say the actual answer. Could Yusuke beat all the Espada? No, he could not.
Yeah.
It's looking tough, bro. It's looking tough. Yusuke gets violated by the Espada. He
Yeah.
gets speed blitzed. He gets freaking. He gets one shot, bro. Like even if they didn't have this, he gets out hacked. I'm just like, it's.
Like for an example, even if you got to cut like obvious spot at the city level, they'd still one shot whoever hacks.
Yep. So it's just like,
You scale him to planetary.
yeah, that's kind of tough. You feel me? But let's see. Could Yusuke beat all the Espada? Let's go.
Oh, and I noticed that it had a lot of similarities to a series that I've covered on my channel before, and that is Bleach.
Yu is one of the shows that did inspire Bleach. Stand up.
And I thought that Yusuke, the main character, would have a really interesting battle with a faction in Bleach that many of you guys know and love, and that is the Espada. And with me today, I brought in.
I'm just like, dude. Let's just say it's equal stats, right? Like disregarding their like their baseline hacks, just like going by their abilities. It's not fair to Yusuke. Like,
Yeah.
let's be for real, right? So let's go over the spot real quick. Yami stats, you can be like, oh, Yusuke about to fight him, slug, but I'm like, Yami constantly gets stronger. So it's just like it's not fair to Yusuke. Like, Yusuke's not just like getting constantly amped.
Well, oh, Noons, if you're going by like standard stats assumption, both characters would be able to get stronger as the fight progresses. They'd have to like their powers would have to stay stagnant. So Yami would just be outskilling the shit out of him.
Yeah, like he will just fucking outscale him, and it's just like, well, fuck, bro. Yusuke can't do anything. 9. So we have our boy Araniero. Like he has all kinds of abilities he can use. So it's just like Yusuke just has a worse arsenal. So I'm like, if they're just relative and they're just fighting, Araniero has a way better chance of just killing like Yusuke. We have Sile, Sael. Bro, if they're relative, Yusuke gets fucking violated immensely. Like, Silopro is the meme, I solo your verse character. Like, it's pretty bad. Zomari, bro, it would be a wrap for Yusuke, bro. Like, it's not fair. Zomari will just obliterate. So, Nito and, like, just putting on more, dude, it's over. Easy peasy, bro. Quick work.
Like he'd just
Then,
be like,
no,
"Why are
go
you
on.
hitting?" Oh, so to say, like, when it comes to Xylopro, which one do you think you'd kill? I forget. Yusuke Yameshi first, or when it comes to his hacks?
Mm. There's just a lot of just like,
That many of you guys.
oh fuck.
Like,
I don't think it
it's-
matters which one, dude. He can literally whatever Sile wants to do. Yusuke dies. Like
yeah, but which one do you think would be more interesting? Him getting ganked by clones of himself, or him having all his organs explode?
probably him getting ganked. Like it'll be pretty entertaining seeing Yusuke get beat up by himself. I'm not gonna lie. Um. Okay, so the one I said Zomari, like yeah, Zomari violates Grimjow. Like if they're relative, Grimjow has a sword. He has better range. So I'm just like, he's literally just Yusuke plus, you know? He's unironically just Yusuke plus.
What? We need a Yusuke can't sense his movements.
Yeah, like
So
that's why I
he,
said like Zomari violates. He can't sense them, he just gets hit with a more like he literally just has a GG right there. Like easy peasy. Casual. Then it's like, bro,
Noitor's
Ukiora. Oh yeah, Noitora. Fucking dude. He's just they're literally just beat sticks, but Noitora has just he's the defense guy, bro. Like you're seriously about to be like, yeah, bro, Yusuke just about to punch Noitora till he loses. Like, bro.
Noons, but you forget Noitor's like near 8 feet tall. He's just going to outreach this motherfucker dramatically.
Bro, he definitely has a better reach, bro. He has fucking Saros. He has fucking Sides, regen. Like, come on, bro. It's not okay. That is something as well. The fucking Espada do have regen, so it's just like neutral face, neutral face, bro. Um, Ukiora, the bro, it's Ukiora. Like Lanza Pargo, shut up. Lanza Loon, shut up. Sarah Oscura, shut up. Like, stop. Um, Holly Bell,
You're just going to
dude.
drown this man.
Like, unironically, bro, like, what just happens when Yusuke just drowns, dude? Like, what happens when Yusuke drowns?
Exactly.
Barugan, like, we don't even have to say anything. Like, come on. Yusuke dies.
He turns to dust.
Yeah. Stark, he literally has infinite bullets, dude. I'm like, I like
Yeah,
Yusuke, but what are you gonna do to infinite bullets? Like, he can literally just constantly just shoot Yusuke.
dude, like, on top of that, like, even if you take that away from him, he'll just outskill the living fuck out of Yusuke, since he said, "Oh, I saw you move your hand slightly. That means you're ambidextrous, Shunsui."
Yeah, like Stark is like that is something as well. Like the Espada are unironically just like worlds better in skill than Yusuke. Like a lot of people just don't understand the skill of Bleach. It's like to be a regular Shinigami in the Gote 13, to be a goon, you have to be a master swordsman or a master in hand-to-hand, master in Kido. Like you have to be e- like you have to be a master in these things, dude. Like, and that's just to be a goon. Like past the goons, there's freaking over 20 seats. There's 20 seats, dog.
And each seat probably dramatically exceeds the previous in skill.
Literally. And then it's like, bro, we know the gaps between third seats, lieutenants, and captains. Like the gap just is insane. So I'm just like, dude, you just have to realize, like, these
I have a
characters are older. These characters been masters for way longer. These characters fight more. Like, they train more. Like, it's just not fair. Literally
so
just
new.
not fair.
Like, how big is the skill gap just between captains and lieutenants? Like, could a captain body 3 lieutenants just in a fight of skill, or using like any abilities?
In just the fight of skill,
Yeah.
like honestly, probably because you have to realize, right? Uh, when Ichigo fought Ikaku, he wasn't far off of like Ikaku's level. So Ichigo improves while he's fighting. So Ichigo got better, like just from fighting Ikaku, got better from fighting
Then Kenpachi, then Byakuya.
Renji. Yeah, then he fights Kenpachi, and it's just like, dude, Kenpachi is a sword god, bro. Like Kenpachi is a different breed with a sword. It's literally all he uses, bro. He's a master swordsman. Like, been imitating Unohana for years. For years. It's just
But
like,
Noons, on top of that, he was literally training Ichigo the entire fight,
he
too.
was, dude. He was, dude. Dude, he literally called out like as well, like when he just first saw Ichigo like put up a guard against him. He's like, okay. He just pointed out vulnerabilities and was like, okay, you had a good amount of strength. I can see why Ikaku lost. Like he already knew why Ikaku lost, bro. Like immediately just by looking at him.
Yeah.
Ah,
On top of that, when we see like characters in the anime, we see them like state at Ichigo even in like the Renji fight. Renji says, "Your timing is perfect. You're just not fast enough."
literally, yeah. And then like when Ichigo trains like for Bankai, Yoruichi is scared just how fast Ichigo's improving with his skill. She's scared. It's frightening, bro. Like, Ichigo's insane. He's insane.
Most
Dude,
of
it's
these are
also like, dude, it's stated in the guide that like people think Gin's a mind reader, just how good he's able to read people, dude. They think he's a mind reader, dude.
That's insane.
So it's just like it's also that like just by like their spiritual pressure, like Yusuke doesn't have like resistances to like the hack that their spiritual pressure does. Like you'll just get put under like an illusion just by being near them. Like it
Yeah.
let's just go, bro. We've rambled on. It's freaking 18 minutes into the bit. Let's go.
Know and love, and
Okay.
that is the Espada. And with me today, I brought in my homie
Let's
Clyde,
make
who has a
sure
lot of
we
expertise on
have
Bleach, and he's
fucking
done a lot of scaling videos on these characters before. And I will
a lot of expertise on Bleach. Yeah, you dragging it.
mostly touch up on Yu Yu Hakusho side of things. And basically, the whole ordeal is, how would Yusuke do against the Espada? Like, would he beat the fuck out of them, or
Horrible.
would he lose, or what exactly would be the turnout of this battle?
Dying
So,
is
introduce yourself.
Yeah, so Chuck hit me up with a pretty cool idea for a video. I've never actually talked about Yu Yu Hakusho on a video before, but I am somewhat knowledgeable in the series, and I thought I'm down for that. Like, I know all the Espada scaling pretty much off the top of my head because of my videos I made. The majority of the Espadas.
Bruh, the video that turned into like an was this the video that turned into an Ukiora video halfway in, or was that the Stark video?
Oh, that was the Stark video. This one,
Oh yeah, he didn't even scale fucking Bargon. Like I had to tack down at the end of the video because we realized that after recording, it's just like, bro, you didn't even say how strong and fast Bargon was, bro. You were just talking.
On YouTube anyway, from stuff that I've learned back in like 2014 up
The cap video, like
until now that over time I've just refined over and over. So I feel like it would be
refined over and over.
like Claudia said, yeah, I get progressively worse and say I'm improving.
pretty simple for me to help out with this video. And the topic itself is pretty cool because the idea of, say, like Yusuke running the Espada gauntlet, like, could he fight them all at the same time? You know, could he fight them and win if he fought them one after another? Like, how does that really go? So, thank you very much for having me on, Chuck. I'm pretty excited to do this, and I feel like we can give him a pretty good answer on this topic.
Yeah, so first I'd like to start off with Yusuke's side of scaling. So for example, right off the bat, at the near the end of the series, when Yusuke fights against Shinobu Sensui, who's like one of the final bosses of the arc, it's stated that when he's like heavily suppressed, he's able to like basically shake the whole planet and when in danger to destroy it as well. So you can argue that he has continental and multi-continental levels of power. Yusuke was still an A class during this point, and I think A classes should be like generally in the country levels of power. Then eventually Yusuke gets like a training boost. And
why? You literally just said he could shake. You know what, bro? Let's get the calc out, bro. Hold up, I need to know. Shake. Wait, hold up. Sensui shakes planet. Immersive wiki. Bro, do y'all not have the calc? In short,
Wouldn't that be multi-continental to shake a planet?
no, it's not. Distant with this is 1 petaton of thus 100 would still be 2 petatons of TNT. The literal oh, wait a minute. Hold up. Is this a better statement? Hold on. Let me read. Hold up. I actually just like read what I highlighted. Hold on. Let's read. Hold up. We're referring to the human world, blah, blah, blah. You can see both, as I pointed out, the Japanese raw version of the scene in the anime also has Sentry mentioning both of these when he was talks about the effective power. Bro. Not.
Who joined? Oh, hi, Slasher.
What does this tell me, bro? Like, I just need to know how strong this is. Okay, hold up. 6B. Okay, bro. Versus Wiki 8P chart. Let's see. 6. How strong this nigga say? 6B. What is 6B? Small country. Bro. Large island to small country. Hell, bro. Hell, bro. I don't know, bro. You might need to give me more evidence, Chuck. You might need to give me some calcs, bro. I don't know.
the whole planet is in danger to destroy it as well. So you can argue that he has continental and multi-continental levels of power. Yusuke was still an A class during this point, and I think A class is basically like bat away a bunch of S classes easily, and he even has a transformation on top of that. So you can argue that he's easily in the planetary to planetary plus ranges of power, and we'll get into the speed later on. But basically, he's like a huge powerhouse for sure, and I think that it would give the Espada a run for their money. So
The scaling he tried to do to get to planet, bro. This nigga just talking.
First, we're
Okay,
gonna do a
how
basically like a
would
goblet
you
style.
in like a minute noons?
Hold up, bro. Let's see. Let's see if we can get. Hold up, this is the key. Uh, boom. Let's see, bro. Brass wild. Okay. No shit. Nope. All right. This is a X.
Style battle where we'll go from Yusuke fighting the 10th Espada up to 9 and 8 and stuff like that, and then when he fights all of them at once. So we'll start off with the gauntlet essentially.
I would say with Yami, surprisingly, he does actually have some pretty good feats as opposed to the ones below him, like say 9, 8, and arguably 7. For example, Yami can scale in relation to speed somewhat to Urahara. He also keeps up with Toshiro to the point where he makes him so scared he goes into Bankai faster than Halibal did, which is really good. Very.
Oh my god!
Toshiro, oh my, that Toshiro's weak. So you think that base Yami scales to base freaking Holly-Bell, who
Dude,
was
no, I think
dogging a Bankai? Oh, this nigga right here, bro.
using this logic, you could say Yami is stronger or relative to Resurrection Hollybell in base.
I'm just like, bro. We hate to see it, bro.
Consistent with the scaling that, like, him and Ukiura were low-key always eyes as little side projects to make really strong, hence why they're both got secret transformations. So, like, what I do believe, based on what I know about Yu Hakusho, is that I feel that Yusuke, as long as he starts off the battle very seriously and doesn't hold back, he should be able to kill Yami in base, and he should also be able to do it in his first release too. But if the fight goes too long with those two, the problem with Yami, as we've seen in the series, is he'll just get stronger the more he rages, and theory implies that he could actually transform beyond just his second form, which is very interesting, because that means he could potentially have third forms, fourth forms, and just keep getting stronger, because his whole...
That isn't the second resurrection. That's just his rage thing evolving his resurrection, isn't it?
Yeah, that is Era. That is not a second resurrection. A lot of people don't understand this, but Yami goes into his resurrection, and he also has an ability which amplifies his power and transforms him. Like, it's like they don't remember Yami being bigger than when he first appeared. Literally, Chad being like, bro, he's twice as big. Like, dude, that's his ability. Do you think that, like, Yami is in his second base? Dude, he's in his second base when he's bigger, dude. He's achieved the second base.
Yeah, Yami, stronger than Ukiura, achieved the second base release.
But, dude, like, I don't know why Clyde is saying this when it's literally, it's stated in the guide, bro. It's stated in Unmasked. Like, read the guide, dummy. Like,
aspect of death revolves around the idea of, like, him raging in battle, so that's how I think it would go technically. It's kind of weird that, when we go down the list, we're technically starting off with arguably, the arguable strongest Espada, because he's the secret number 0, but, so, yeah, pretty much, like, that's how it should go. So Yusuke should be able to blitz and beat Yami, in my opinion, but again, the issue is if the battle goes too long, it could be a big problem. However, we'll dive a bit
do notice how they haven't mentioned Yusuke speed.
more into Yami later on,
Do notice that.
because, as those of you who know, Yami is low-key one of the strongest Espada secretly, so...
I don't Nieto, like, really wouldn't be a challenge. I mean, he is pretty fast. He did showcase that he was able to move out of the way before, like, a ray of sunlight hit him head on. He doesn't really have anything too special, though. I mean, he lost to Rukia of all people, and Rukia barely...
What's wrong with Rukia? What?
You downplaying Rukia hard.
What's wrong with Rukia? What? What is this downplay, bro? I'm perplexed. I'm
Dude,
perplexed.
Rukia's just strong. Like, Rukia's just really strong at that point in time. Since, keep in mind, everyone that's watching, this Habanero can solo the entire Soul Society arc.
Yeah.
And the entire Bound arc. And all the arcs before they fight the Espada.
Y'all do have to realize, bro. Right in this moment, right here, Rukia is like second strongest lieutenant at the time. Off the top of my head, at least. Yeah. Second strongest lieutenant. Like, don't sleep, bro. Do not sleep on the girl Rukia. Stop.
Wins anything. So I think that Auroniero would probably be like the least challenge to Yusuke, who just blitz him and have be done with it honestly.
It also speaks about his fight IQ too, because Rukia baited him into a suicide attack and he, lost like that, so that's also pretty bad. He also wasn't actually an Espada, he was basically so overpowered with his ability that they allowed him to be classed as part of that clique, so that's something to keep in mind. So his general speed and physical capabilities don't scale that high, but his
That is incorrect. Like, I don't know why you just lied like that. Like, this is how I know you don't actually look at the information, and you're just like, I don't know if you have secondhand information, you have bad translations, and you just don't actually like care, or I don't know what, but what you're talking about is the fact that Areniero's ability to evolve is why he was ranked at 9. Not that he's not as strong or that like he doesn't have merits. Like, what are you talking about?
Like, going by the wording, it sounds like Harinero, given long enough, would have become number 1.
Like, if Arniero like had time, bro, this nigga just started absorbing more hollows. Like, he could be, bro. He could be. But it's literally just like he. If you remember Helvers, he literally is like, bro. Like he wants to box fucking Silaporo. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, he's just like put into the click. No, Arniero
Like,
ready to box.
like him and Zael would have been like, from how it's depicted, somewhat of a close fight.
It's just like, look at it, nigga here. Bro. Stop the
best
downplay.
thing is the whole, I can summon.
Also, I just love how like I think this man Chuck said that like Yusuke would blitz.
Yeah,
Stop
he
it.
did.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Bro, fucking Yu Yu Hakusho speed scaling is horrendous, dude. It's actually horrendous.
How high can you get their speed noons?
Like
Like FTL at best, I'm guessing.
F sure, but FTL pushing it, dog. It's like it's as bad as them niggas being like fucking lightning speed and shit, bro. It's just like it's looking tough, bro. It's looking tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
30,000 hollows that I've eaten randomly, so like that wouldn't even be a challenge for Yusuke. He would literally just hit it with a big spirit gun and he'd just get blown away from the battle. Like I just can't see him doing anything to Yusuke.
Now, in a Espada that I think would be a bit challenging for him if Yusuke's screwing around, not taking the fight seriously, would be Xylopoto, the Ace Espada. And basically, like, he's not really, like, super powerful. His whole thing is basically, like, hacks, in which he basically can get a doll and he can use needles to, like, basically, like, bust her organs open and stuff like that, slash him from the inside.
Not that strong. Do you not understand how Bleach works? Come on, bro. You hate this. Yeah, you hate this.
The thing with Yusuke, though, is that he does have regeneration, so even if he does get, like, hit by that, he might be able to just, negate it and, just, like, basically just go through the pain and, blitz him and just beat the fuck out of him. But I think that if he's taking the battle to...
No, he would not, bro. No, he would not.
What is his take?
Oof.
Like, Zael would fucking body going by his hacks, and like Zael like treats Renji like he's a fucking fly, and Renji was like relative to Byakuya, so like I guess Zael, I guess Byakuya and like most characters relative to him are fodder.
Apparently,
like you,
bro.
So I guess Byakuya, but say Byakuya, which fights Yami, going by this logic, it's body.
Yeah, because he's like, bro, yeah, he can fight Yami, and he's like, oh, if he doesn't kill him quickly, he can like get stronger. But I'm like, bro, you think Yusuke would beat Byakuya? Yike.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, Yu Yu Hakusho is not like Bleach, when you can literally just ape and get fucking ridiculous shit. Like, bro, Byakuya has one sword in base. He go Shikai. He has more sword. He go Bankai. Even more sword. He put multiple sword into one sword. Wow. 10 times. So each sword is like 10 swords. Times 10? Question mark? It's a literally like so ape, dude, that you can make freaking ridiculous stuff like that, bro. Like, come on.
Dude, like each pedo is 10 times stronger than its base Sampak to actually no, it should be 50, shouldn't it? Since Shikai's a 5 times multiplier and Bankai's like 10 times that of Shikai, am I right?
It's, yeah, yeah. It's like five. It's between 5 to 10 times, and like Shikai is comparable to Bankai. It's just a Bankai's the second stage.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
lightly, then he might, he might
I'm sleep, bro.
have a loose con if he doesn't like, finish the battle off the bat. Because if he takes too much damage, it might be troubling.
I think the most annoying thing about Zael is that during his battle with Mayuri, Renji, and Uryu is that, like, it's hard to tell how seriously Mayuri is going against Zael at the time, and then obviously the whole thing about his ability is he kind of needs to absorb you to be able to, affect you with that, so he, like, absorb you, spit you out, and then now he can, pop your organs with the little pin, and the little, like, like the plastic objects that look like, say, stomach, liver, stuff like that, brain, etc. So, like, as long as Yusuke doesn't make any mistakes, I can't see him being a problem. Could you, give them an idea, for the sake of clarity, as to, why he would do...
Does he just think that like Renji and Uryu are bad fighters or something? Like, Renji's older than Yusuke, and he's trained longer than Yusuke. He's more skilled than Yusuke, period.
Dude, I'm pretty sure he's consistently said Renji is fodder in a lot of videos. Just like he references Rukia, Renji, like in like multiple lieutenants, he references as like fodder.
Dude, I keep on forgetting like Clyde is terrible normie freaking takes, dude. It's just like, people forget that just because people are stronger than you doesn't mean you're fodder. Like, somebody that you're like, bro, this person's weak in this arc. In the same arc, could become the strongest person. Like, y'all need to realize that, like...
At the start of the arc, Yami was the weakest. Then he became the strongest.
Boom. Like, stop this way. Y'all need to calm down with this shit, bro.
Against the lower Espada. Why exactly would Yusuke have such an easy time beating these guys when it comes to his scaling? Let's touch a bit on that before we get into the higher ranked ones, as we approach
Really,
Jiao and then Alibal and Ukiura, etc.
Yeah, so for example, in the speed department, we do have like a D-class Yusuke being able to like keep up with Hiei, who was able to dodge Yusuke's ray gun, which bounced off a mirror, and it behaved, and it was even stated to act like a ray of light. So you can argue that they have like FTL scaling right off the bat right then and there. And then obviously Yusuke goes to like C and B class and stuff like that. And once they get to B class, they're so strong that they can like basically wipe out a large portion of a stadium. That might not seem that impressive, but I think that generally like B class should be within the mountain levels of power. You can even argue higher. And then as I said, with the A class, it should be country level. And then S class, it can be continental to like planetary as well. So I think that Yusuke, he would have so much of a high Reiki or spiritual energy volume that you could argue that Xylopoto couldn't even affect him to begin with.
I generally agree with that, because if you guys are familiar with Yu Hakusho, a lot of the high tier characters, once they start getting into the demons and gods of like the different realms, like those guys have some really ridiculous lore scaling, which scales directly to Yusuke because of the people that he fights throughout the series. And surprisingly, with Yu Hakusho, a lot of the stuff like the FTL scaling was a little bit hard to find until Chuck did all the research recently. So I can say that when it comes to Bleach, with the lower Espada, from my perspective of analyzing the series, there are various ways to scale all of them to be casually FTL. Like for example, any character that scales to a lieutenant or a Menos Grande as an example, who also scale directly to the Kaha Nagashiyon and lieutenants, because Rukia states that to deal with a Menos Grande, someone like a captain has to come and clean these guys up. Now, obviously, we know that it doesn't really take a...
You... Nigga.
Dude, I hate what they did.
Do you think that, like, Rukia is stupid? Question? Do these people, like, do you think Rukia is stupid? Like,
yeah.
Neutral face? Like, Rukia was an active Soul Reaper, dude. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Dude.
Captain to deal with something.
And like, this doesn't say captain, bro. This Royal Special Task, that's a Zero Squad, dude. Stop it.
Like a Menos, but in the series when the visors appear in Karakura Town, one of the first things they do is they go and blitz all these Menos Grande with their holocation on. So Kubo was trying to say like, yo, these big dudes are kind of powerful.
Wait,
so it's very consistent in the series. Now listen, if the Menos Grande scales to
Is this
lieutenants, which easy scale below Ichigo,
video?
also
No.
does the Nagashi light, which
No, this
guys
is,
now listen, if
and
the
dude,
Menos Grande
like-
has their holocation-
Like,
Actually,
as well, like, when freaking, when Wonder Wise pulled up, and then, like, all the Menoses pulled up, it was just like, bro. Like, Tosho was freaking out. I'm just like, bro, stop with the downplay, bro. Cease.
To get
Which
PJ,
easy scale
look
below
in
Ichigo,
versus
who also
I'll post
does
the video
Nagashi
so you
light,
can
which
see
comes
what
with
it
Skype
is.
to Aizen, and Tosen. That means that there is casual lightspeed scaling all the way back then in the series. Now there are heaps of databook scans which we're going to show on the screen right now. For example, if Ganzambine fires a lightspeed attack, it's stated in the databooks that it's literally a roaring light dragon type cannon thing, and Chad dodges it at point blank range. Obviously Chad doesn't scale near any of the strong characters in the series like the Espada, because he actually just loses when he uses his strongest attack against Noitora. He just takes it to the stomach and he's just like, what was that?
What?
So
Noitora is strong. Stop it.
Yeah, no, it's just strong. at that point in time.
If you scale, stuff like that, the Nagashi on, lots of light-related feats, like for example, Arden Yero, who isn't even truly an Espada in strength, as Chuck mentioned too, when it comes to him dodging the light.
Oh my god. No way.
There are countless things. Like we, as I said, can show all of them on the screen right now. So that is something that's really interesting with the Espada. Pretty much all of them casually, if you do believe Bleach has FTL scaling, which I think by now most normal people think that that's pretty consistent. I mean, they're all like gods of death, and they're all doing crazy things like, traveling through realities, blowing up cities with attacks by accident, threatening the world. Some characters are threatening, like, the universe and galaxies itself. Like, at this stage, if they're not that fast, it would kind of be silly writing. That's just my opinion. But that being said, as we approach Espada, like, say, Zomari or any other ones beyond that, how do you see him faring as the Yusuke representative?
Yeah, so Zomari is pretty interesting because he is stated to be like the fastest Espada. Now, I don't think that he would be as fast as, say, like Segunda at Tapo Piora or like, Coyote Stark's like Resurrección. But I think that if we take like the statement to a T, then it would mean that he's at least faster than all of them in base, like basically base.
I'd agree with that too.
And Zomari is fast enough to keep up with Byakuya, who is like one of the fastest characters in the verse as well. And Byakuya was pretty comparable to Kenpachi, who like was able to fight against a stronger Yami, right? The Zero Espada.
Yeah, they both falling at the same time. I mean, they're somewhat relative to one another. And the only thing I do think is that, this is just my perspective without being biased here, is that I think that one of the reasons why their battle went so long wasn't necessarily because Yami was keeping up with their speed or like Yami was really fast.
What is this constant, like, degree of just, like, downplay, bro? I'm like, y'all downplaying. Oh, what are you doing?
Something like that. It was more so that Yami was such a powerhouse that even if they fired attacks at him, he was surviving. But that's just to give a bit of clarity in case people.
What the fuck?
I do think though that if he's caught in a situation where he has like his guard down, he has like his Reiki levels down, and then Zomari uses like his eye ability, in which he can basically like target your limb and he can control it. If he like forces Yusuke to like hurt himself, basically like kind of like what Byakuya did, where he like slashes tendons, right? So he wouldn't hurt himself even further. I think Yusuke might be in some trouble, but he could argue that he could just overpower the ability with his Reiki, like he could just power through it and just break through the ability.
Okay, pause this
honestly.
real quick.
I would say that in a one-on-one setting,
I might pause this. I have questions. Several questions, actually. What the fuck is Reiki?
It's what Yu Yu Hakusho has for its power system. But Noons,
Yeah,
that
but what
explains
does it do?
what Reiki, like how many similarities Reiki has to Ryatsu and how strong it is comparable to Ryatsu.
Reiki's just worse Ryatsu, dude. Like, literally.
Alright, that's what I'm asking. What does it do?
It's literally just your spirit energy, dude.
Yeah, it's just spirit energy.
That's literally just it. Like, it's just your spirit energy. Like,
it's just spirit energy, but with less hacks.
Yeah, so it's just like you don't get put under illusions in this shit. You don't get crushed. Like it's quite literally just that. So,
What the fuck is the benefits of using it?
Nigga,
it's
fucking energy. It's like, bro, what are the benefits of using ki? Like,
Other than like
what are you
basic
talking
stuff
about,
of making
bro?
you stronger, like what hacks does it give you? What abilities does it give you? Like that type of stuff.
Kagetsuchi, I can say this in one word. It makes you hit harder. I'm pretty sure that's all it does. Am I right, Noons?
Yeah, it makes you hit harder.
Didn't a character had a sword that could cut through dimensions?
Yeah, Kuwabara. That's
Yeah.
a specific ability.
Isn't there a guy that has a black fire dragon, and then when it eats itself, it becomes stronger or something? And the black flames like do something.
Sure, buddy. Sure. But bro, it's literally just the power, bro. It's just the power system. It's
in a
trash.
team fight situation where they all fight him at the same time because if he is not aware of the ability and how it works, and like he's having to fight all these characters that already scale directly to him, and some arguably could even be stronger, like say second release Rukiora or Yami transforming infinitely, or Stark spamming his infinite Ceros, which the data books say he has an infinite pool to fire from, which is really good. It doesn't mean that he can like blow away the universe. It just means that he can just fire the gun non-stop. And I think almost every Cero is probably planetary casually.
Wait, hold on. If all of them are planetary casually, and he can. Man, he don't even make sense even with what he's talking about.
That's really good. He can just like spray his Uzi at the and annoy him with like shots coming at him all throughout the battle while the others attack him. But I feel like if
annoy him? What? So all Stark's bullets that would be relative to him, that are constantly coming, would just annoy him.
Dude, like, even using Clyde scaling, you can get it Stark to like massively FTL.
Literally. Like, Even like it's so bad. Like, dude, they can blow up fucking Los Noches.
Wait, I have a question.
They hold up,
Isn't it?
shut up, Nick. Hold up.
Hmm.
Ichigo and Ukiura fighting literally shook an infinite fucking realm. Like, dude, what are y'all talking about, bro?
Dude, yes, I'm destroying Los Noches. It's like solar system, isn't it?
It's at least solar system, but Los Noches is infinite. So it's just like neutral face, dude. Literal neutral face.
Omari, Zael, and Baragon are all existing in the fight, and their abilities all can affect Yusuke, while he has to fight, again, all these other characters that are already really strong. It's going to be pretty annoying for him, because if he gets hit with the eye abilities on his body, well, then he's screwed, because he has to deal with that while he's got someone like Ukiura who's going to zip across the battlefield with his lance and try and behead him instantly, or throw a nuclear bomb at him at any time. So that's where it becomes difficult too. So to give you guys some idea of how the Espada can scale narratively too, and this really depends on how much validity you give it. So if you take the Sokyoku at face value, it has it has like city to country to continental to planetary scaling with the actual manga statements made about it. 36 million Zanpakuto. It's apparently like so strong they use it to execute the most heinous people, in the Soul Society, all the most evil ever, and the only people they can't get rid of is people like Aizen because he's immortal. So if they scale to that, that's pretty good. The data books say it can literally overwhelm everything in existence with its power, which is a pretty good feat in itself too. And that's the one that I'm a bit more like careful with saying scales to the Espada. But if you want to use that too, I mean, there you go.
Wait, what? Dude, all the Espada bodies everybody in the Soul Society arc, and Ichigo was able to block that thing in base before fighting
Wait.
the Yasuo.
Ichigo blocked the attack, and then he broke the scaffold that's just as strong as it. He literally has direct feats. He didn't even use he didn't use no Getsuga Tensho, no nothing. He literally just put his sword into the scaffold and poured spiritual energy into it until it broke. Like, dude,
Wait. What specifically are you talking about?
when he
Uh,
literally blew up the scaffold right after the fire chicken blew up. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that one. Yeah, he
Yeah.
did do that.
So
Yeah.
it's literally stated to be just as strong. So it's just like you're careful about scaling the Espada above Shikai Ichigo without any name techniques. Seriously.
Dude, like that's what I'm saying, yeah. Like I'm careful at scaling like start of series Ichigo to like the zero division.
Literally. It's just like
Yeah.
it's stupid.
When it comes to Hellverse, if you believe that that's canon, Ukiura's Zeros can negate the Vaso Lorde Zeros, like they clash and cancel each other out, and the Vaso Lorde Zeros scale to the Chains of Hell, which Yamamoto says is something that
Not the same for Ichigo. That is that is cap as fuck, bro. Those
That
are
was a
not the same.
significantly more powerful for Hollow.
Yeah.
You
Like
get let's go.
it's strong enough that it's literally like dimensions apart. Like, and that's not an exaggeration. So it's just like when I can say that and it not be an exaggeration, you know there's a problem here.
he doesn't believe could be cut by himself. He says it's impossible, implying he wouldn't be able to.
Yama has not gone into hell,
And
Buckaroo. It's
like
literally
why would
forbidden.
he ever attempt to cut the chains? He
Why
thinks
would
so.
he want to free a sinner?
Like why would he ever want to do that?
Like, why would he be in hell firstly, and why would he want to free a sinner second? Bruh. Regardless, though, you can make the argument that he scales above, but that's not the argument you make for that. Like, stop.
To do it. The first Bleach movie has some planetary type scaling too, but I feel like the other stuff is more relevant to that scaling to the Espada directly. So that's pretty much what.
What? Dude,
That's
planetary
too
scaling?
interesting.
Like, even like if you didn't even watch the movie and see it, oh, it stated that there's infinite souls in here, so it has to have infinite size. You literally would see scenes of it. You could see clips and see their sunlight. That's a solar system, bozo. And
Dude.
fucking like 20 or 30 goons blew it up. Come
Even
on.
ignoring nudes, even ignoring like all the movies, they should be bare minimum star level due to Los Noches having a star in it.
Yeah, like no. It has to be solar system because it's like just because there's a star in there, if it's really close, you'll have a planet like you'll have planets like, oh, Venus or Mercury. Like they're uninhabitable. So it has to be a proper distance away that it can sustain life. So it has to at least be solar system.
Okay, so bare minimum's the solar system then.
Yeah. So it's
Then
literally just like, dude, sir, Bucko, how are you downplaying them like this, bro? Like, the Sogyoku can destroy the Soul Society. That's the universe, dog. Well,
yeah. And the solar society also encompasses the stars and solar systems and universe galaxies around it. So bare minimum would be like multi-galaxy.
Where
To
they
destroy the
there.
soul
The problem with them too is that like a lot of
Totally
their really
just-
crazy DC related feats are all stuff that can happen by accident. Example, like
Just by transforming.
yeah, and by transforming too. So like for example, Grimjow almost destroys Lost Noches with a Grodon Zero in his base form, and he like the crazy part is that Ichigo blocked it too, so he cancelled out.
You
most of
see
his
its
power
light
from it, and
outside.
Hannibal was worried about it and Frachion. But also along with that too, it's like if you multiply those powers right based on transformations and higher ranked Espada, because obviously Ukiyo and his base scales to release Grimjow, it just gets higher and higher and higher and higher. There's also even arguments that the inside of Lost Noches might actually be a pocket dimension because it is so big on the inside that it's almost impossible for it to look that large. Whereas on the outside you can see how large it is compared to Ukiyo's Lanzano and Lampardo exploding. So that sort of stuff's really interesting too. I think the data books even say that Aizen made an artificial sun for the inside of it, so it's just more evidence to say that the inside could be
This man don't read. It's a su-
huge. And then obviously the fact that Aizen told him, yo, don't release below the canopy of Lost Noches or use Ron
Okay.
means that yeah, they scaled everything.
Pause it real quick. If something is an artificial star, it's still a fucking star.
yeah.
Like,
Another pocket
what is this logic? If it's artificial, it isn't real, but it's still a star. It's still outputting the same type of energy.
Literally,
Like
like
saying
the
something
space
that is, like-
inside is different. So it's just like, okay, bro, you have this dimension with just like nothing in it, like no heat, no anything, like nothing to grow in it, and like, dude, Las Noches is an actual environment. Just because there's reishi sand all over the place doesn't mean Las Noches isn't an actual ecosystem and its own environment. Like,
I mentioned
You hate to see it, bro.
He tries casual stuff like this in the Full Ring Arc where he just like releases Bankai and blows open Yukio's entire pocket dimension, which
Yo,
recreates the whole
Pastor,
world.
how do you kill the
Some of the Espada,
dragon?
like say, second form.
Hold on.
Second
Wait
release
till this
at the
video is
start.
over.
It's
You get
possible that they
shit.
can have decent battles with that.
I
With
hate
that
this
Ichigo. He would beat
dragon.
them because of how he scales to Yuha, but it's sort of just to give you guys an idea of the realm of power that they're in because they are still ridiculously strong even with the time skip. So that should give you guys a pretty good off the dome
No,
idea
they're
of how they
not,
scale.
by
And
the
the thing
way.
with the Espada too, when they transform, they get multipliers in speed by a magnitude of 10 to 100 times. So if you say take Ukiyo going second release, that's 100 times base. Yami's the same, so bada bing, bada boom. That's pretty much how the Espada scale.
What?
Yeah, and just to add on to what you said, Las Noches is so big that even though Ichigo and Udio and the others were like walking, I mean, they were running for like hours, it still seemed like the same distance. Like they were like, this is really this big, you know? So you can even argue that Las Noches is even larger than Serite, which is
all I'm gonna say is Ichigo says it felt like it's light years away. That's all I'm gonna say.
stated by Aizen. I mean, you can argue that Aizen was lying, right? But it is said by Aizen that the Sokyoku can wipe out the Serite, and obviously, like, base Ichigo
Aizen was not lying. It's confirmed in the data books. Stop.
blocked it, and then Ichigo was getting, like, cucked by Grimjow, like, not even serious, right? So you can easily get them to, like, city level,
Use
like,
the
bare
data
minimum.
book,
They should be country level, I
right?
think, at that, like, middle stage of the series for sure.
The statement too in the note by Aizen, no one disputes it too.
The only
That's what
credibility is
so, like,
Google
if Aizen was to
written.
write in his note and say that the sky's blue, you wouldn't dispute that, would you? Because it's just part of the casual writing. So I think what's crazy about it is we know Yamamoto can easily destroy the.
No, and I lost my
and
rooms.
Sokyoku to
It
slay
was
the
fucking
really, really
hot.
bad. So obviously, it's going to be a weapon that's sort of in that same category as his Regime Chakra in a sense. So that's something to add towards that too. And also to back up what
That was silly as hell.
he said about how large Los Noches is on the outside. Nell makes a statement that it can take like 3 days just to get to one of the entrances. Like, just think about that. Like, to literally walk around this thing takes 3 days. Imagine if you walked around a sports stadium, but someone told you it would take you 3 days to get to the other side.
Yeah, so I think that Noitora, like, because of his close range of, like, fighting style, like, I think that Yusuke would just, like, you know, blitz him and would just, like, overwhelm him with his,
What? Hold up.
I think that Yusuke.
Even if Noitaurus has a strong hero, even if he does, Yusuke has better stamina and energy potency. How the hell does Yusuke have better stamina than fucking Noitora? What are you talking about?
Naruto saying, yeah, keep beating the shit out of me. I can keep going.
Like, he literally is just the better dude. He has a sword. He has scythes. He has multiple hands. He has an actual ability to increase his defense, plus freaking literal spiritual energy to increase his like, bro, he's literally just a better Yusuke. He has ranged attacks that can be huge, like the Sero. Like, what are you talking about?
Dude, you're also forgetting he should have Grenray Zero and Zero Esquires as well while in Resurrection.
Yeah, that's like, he doesn't even need to go into Resurrection to use it. Like, He can use a Grand Ray Zero in base. Like, he can just use these things.
I
Yeah.
have something to say.
What?
Isn't Setos Oscuras like the higher up of the Espadas, like a
No.
4 and above that have access to?
No. That's just the Espada. No, that's just the Espadas, Sarah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, it's not a high up like Sarah. Like, Ukiura even is like, oh, you haven't seen it. The reason why he hasn't seen it is because the people that he's fighting use different techniques that are stronger than it. That's why they don't use a lot of the time you don't see them using the Grand Ray Zero either, because they have moves that are just stronger than it, so they don't have a need to use it.
He would just blitz him and would just overwhelm him with his ray gun, which he can spam a lot. So I think that the thing with Yusuke is that when he fought against Yomi, he was able to fire his ray gun so many times without being exhausted. As I said, they have insane stamina. For example, Yusuke was able to stay in one position for 12 hours. He's even been
12 hours, bro. Ichigo trained for 3 months. Shut up.
able to run for several days straight without stopping. So I think that even if
Several days. Ayo, bro. Uryu trained. Bro, Uryu's training just to get his powers back. Man. Bro, Ichigo training to freaking get his powers back. Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
Ichigo's statement about the site. Oh my god, bro. With the visors. Oh my god.
Tora tries to steel man and just be like, oh, I can't be cut through anything, I can't be hurt by anything, right? Even if you want to wank his Gyero and say that's so strong that Yusuke's normal attack can't do anything, I think that due to his spam he would just wear him down and then just kill him pretty easily.
What about Noitora spam?
They're making it sound like Naruto's just gonna stand there and let him wail on him till he dies.
Dude, they think
Yusuke
this
be
is
like, oh,
literally gonna happen.
I can't be
Hold
hurt
up.
by anything, right? Even if you want to wank his Gyero and say that's so
Bro,
strong.
they think that's gonna happen right there.
Can't do anything, I think that
Yeah.
due to his
Literally
spam,
this,
wear
bro.
him down.
This is how they're imagining the fight goes.
Yeah, I pretty much agree
And then Noitora just doesn't do anything.
with that too, what Chuck said. And if anybody thinks that I'm being biased, well, Yusuke should also do the same thing to Grimmjow. And a lot of you guys know Grimmjow's my favorite character in Bleach. But so if we do give Yusuke some legitimate scaling and he does scale directly to someone like Ryzen or even has a portion of his power, that really does help him in the battle. And I feel like just the way that he fights, the way he operates is well, if he's gonna have a good battle with anybody, it's gonna be the ones like Grimmjow and Noitora and maybe Halliwell because they don't have hacks abilities like the ones further up the list.
Yeah, and then I think with Harabel, I mean, it's the same thing basically. I think that he would be able to overwhelm her and blitz her. But I think with Harabel is that she does have her water abilities, which could give Yusuke some trouble.
Yeah, she might be able to make the battlefield.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me!
If they're on a flat surface and stuff, it's possible. I don't know. We sort of didn't see her flex her full capabilities in some water. I wish she had done stuff more intensely, cause tsunamis on the planet. That would have been pretty impressive. I wish Kubo was.
Tsunamis on the planet. What the fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? What actually is wrong with you? Man's like, bro, yeah, you want to just fucking mess up Earth just for this Espada to do? Shut up, bro. What are you, bro?
More imaginative with
Shut
stuff like
up.
that to make the Espada look really overpowered, but she operates very similar to Grimmjow and despite where they're just powerhouses really fast and sort of just swing hard and use zeros, etc. So I feel like she'll do the same. She obviously scales better than Grimmjow and some of the others do. Depending on how you argue that, but regardless of that, she does quite similar. So I think that she doesn't have anything to really offer Yusuke that would change the outcome of the fight necessarily. She's just gonna be, as I said, fast.
Let's see what they say for
Yeah,
Baragon,
so
bro.
before
Let's
we
see
move
the
into, I
cap.
think the strongest one in all overall the Espada, I think it'll be Okiura, right? I think before we move into him, I'd like to cover Baragon and Stark because I think they're probably gonna be the most challenging because Baragon is hacks abilities basically that he can rot away attacks, right? And the only way that he was really able to be defeated was through his own power, right? Which is stupid. I don't know why he wouldn't be able to counter his own ability.
Yeah, or turn it off that matter too, is what you think, right? If the hand got put into his body, it's just can't he send whatever, it's fine, but he does have a pretty cool ability too, in his base form where
What the fuck?
Let's
bro?
say Ukiura shoots out a Zero. That Zero's put into a cube and then put inside of Ukiura. Will that Zero now just not do anything because Ukiura discharged it? Question mark. Kind of silly.
it isn't just
Yeah.
the ability to age people. He can if Yusuke's faster than Baragon in the fight and they fight at close range, Baragon can slow down his attacks so that it won't be able to hit him, which is really good. So he can just avoid and move out the way. If he even taps Yusuke's shoulder, he can age his entire arm, so it becomes like an old man's arm instantly. Also, the Respira itself, if it's strength.
This is done to Soifone. If this was done to Yusuke, he would die.
Yeah. Yusuke doesn't have the same immortality as the Shinigami.
Like he literally cannot live as long as that. It's like actually ridiculous. He
Across the battlefield
stop.
because of Yusuke. If Yusuke has higher, like, you know, like his
What
sort
the?
of spirit energy or spiritual pressure equivalent, if it's higher, he could negate it. But if it does actually affect him, it could burn away his whole body and he just get aged into non-existence.
Yeah, I think if Yusuke like has his guard down and he's not at full power, and then it could affect him probably. But the thing is with Yusuke as well is that he doesn't just have Reiki or Yoki, which is like the demonic energy equivalent, but he also has something that's like completely separate from it, which is said by Koenma, who's like basically like the leader or like the ruler of the spiritual realm. He says that Yusuke obtains like this form of energy which is not like Reiki, Yoki, or Seikoki, which is kind of like God Ki in a way. The thing with Seikoki is that it is basically like so transcendent that Shinobu Sensui states that even if Yusuke had like a higher Reiki amount, it wouldn't matter because the Seikoki quality was just so much better. Arguably, even if let's say Yusuke had like a lower like Reiki amount or something like that, his energy type would be like so much better quality that you could argue that Baragon's Respira wouldn't even work on him because it wouldn't, because I guess it'd be kind of like equivalent to like
How
transcendent
the
energy
hell
that way.
did it hit
Yeah,
me?
I generally agree with that too. Is that if you can counteract it with like some higher energy source, the data books state that it is actually possible to overpower the Respira, so that's something that does need to be kept in mind. But if you want to like use some hypothetical like prime Baragon with Wank, like maybe he beats Yusuke, but that is generally how it should go.
Stupid as fuck. Baragon solos.
But judging by the stuff that I know about Yusuke and how underrated he is, though, he should be fine to be able to overpower. I mean, that's really up to you if you want to make the call on that. Chuck, I'll go with your opinion on that.
Yeah, I think like he should be able to overpower it for sure. But if he's caught off guard, then yeah, I think he'll be in some trouble. But
So he literally was scaled to planetary plus. They said planetary for the Espada. Baragon is one of the stronger Espada. Like, let's look at what planetary plus is, bro. Well, let's look at it, bro, real quick. Planetary. Okay, so in there is 45. Then large planetary 6,000. Let's do some quick math, right? Like some very like generic stuff. All right, buddy. So 10, like let's say a Espada, right? Um, they can like destroy them when they're planetary. They have Oscuras amplify their power. Like ground race arrow stronger. Let's say that's like Orange arrow or some shit, right? Grimjow should be stronger in base at least, bro. Like, let's just lowball. Whatever. I don't care. 10. Alright, cool. He goes into his resurrection. 10, buddy. Alright, fine. He freaking uses a Oscuras. 10. Great, buddy. Alright. Noitor is stronger. Let's just say it's only his resurrection stronger with the ground race arrow. Cool. Times 10. Wow. Ukiora. We can pretty bring dead this one. Alright then. Ukiora. He can use Sarascuras. Let's say he's only stronger than Noitora in Resurrection 2. He needs to use Lonza de Lampargo, so I'll just put 10. Alright, buddy. Bargon would be around this at least. Even using like Clyde's logic, being like, oh, you know, like Ukiora should be like the strongest Espada. You don't know like the multiplier, whatnot, blah blah blah. He would literally be fucking Dwarf Star. Like what the fuck, bro? Even the scaling you provide, it's done. Like
the thing is, like, even if he does get like an arm rot away or something like that, like he has been able to fight even with like broken bones and stuff like that. So I think then he can even.
Fighting with broken bones is not the same as fighting with your bones rotted away.
I'm like, dude,
It doesn't make any sense.
the soy phone's lifespan. Oh
An arm
my
rot away, or
god.
even argue that he could just bypass it in some way.
I wonder if he would know to remove his arm, because I remember Soifon had to have Omai cut her arm off instantly.
I don't know if he'll go that far, but I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's something to point.
I don't
Yeah,
know
he
if
could- he
he'd
could
go
have
that far, so
Stark, I guess.
literally he just
Yeah, I
dies.
think Stark would be pretty challenging due to his like infinite settle or you know basically like really high settle like spam ability that he has.
Yeah, that's something that is going to be kind of annoying for So if they're in a team fight, Stark's going to be very he's going to be very useful because in the data books it states that he kind of has the ability to just fire infinite Ceros, and I touched on this before. It doesn't necessarily mean he's universal or anything like that, because some people actually they misinterpret statements like these and they say like, well, I mean, if I have infinite bullets in a submachine gun, that makes me universal. It's like, come on, bro. It means that if you can spend like a whole week shooting down a building with an SMG. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't mean you're universal. So we know that his Ceros are like they're like planetary type Ceros and beyond, even higher with some of the other statements. But that being said, he can spray those at Yusuke like a Uzi throughout the battle, which is very handy. So if you're in a team fight, you've got Stark spamming Ceros, you've got all the other characters spamming attacks, all the attacks abilities. So that's where he would be the most useful. But I'd say he'd probably have a lot of trouble with Stark depending on how you scale Stark, and that goes the same with Rukio and the high tier ones, like the final sort of Espada, because they are just that strong. Like their planetary speed, their transformations, the way they scale to really overpowered characters later on, it's just pretty
Wait,
ridiculous.
pause it. Did he just say planetary speed?
Yeah, he did.
What do you think with the most wanked version of Yusuke
Like-
that you have, Chuck? How do you genuinely think that he does against a hypothetical second release Rukiora, second release Yami, and Stark with his like shoots where he
What
like,
does that
super high
even
nose
mean?
down wank?
Yeah, so as I said, Yusuke, like, when he fought against, like, Yomi and, like, Shinobu, like, he found it pretty difficult. But, like, I think one of his better showings is when he's fighting against Suzaku, because Suzaku has, like, a bunch of clones, and although Yusuke was, like, overwhelmed, he was able to dodge most of their attacks. Like, I think out of the 6 attacks that they fired at him, he dodged, like, 5 of them. So I think he does have the capability to, like, dodge a lot of their attacks, but if he's fighting, like, more than 6 people at
What?
Let's say this.
I saw
again.
him-
Let's hear this again.
5 of them. So I think he does have the capability to, like, dodge a lot of their attacks, but
Let's look at the amount. Like again, one more time.
They fired at him, he dodged, like, 5 of them. So I think he does have the capability to, like, dodge a lot of their attacks.
Okay. Let's look at Stark. Let's look at Stark, buddy. Hold up. Let's look at Stark real quick.
His Zero Yusuke, like, you know, the like planetary type Zeros and beyond, even higher with
That's a lot.
That being said, he can spray those at
That's hundreds. That is hundreds at least.
All of these are new Zeros, by the way. You see all? Yeah. Is this the same amount at all, sir? All of those different. Come on, Sway.
Those are at least
What do you think with the
Oh,
most
sure,
Yusuke that you have,
baby.
Chuck? How do you genuinely think that he does against a hypothetical second release Rukiora, second release Yami, and Stark with his like?
Like, when he fought against Suzaku, he's on top of him, and then, like, you know, fighting, like, Ukiora or Stark individually, like, he's got him, but if they're all fighting him, like, if they're all spamming Setos at him, and then, like, you know, Somari uses, like, his eye ability, like you mentioned earlier, or Suzaila Photo makes, like, a doll of him, and then, you know, purges organs, then I think that Yusuke would be in trouble. However, I think that, as I said, because of Yusuke's, like, transcendent-esque energy ability that he has, he could, like, just, you know, negate all of it. The thing is, too, though, that Yomi, he did have, like, just a normal Yoki, but he had a higher amount, and he was able to overpower this Yusuke, even though he had, like, a better quality type of energy. I guess you can think of it kind of like in Dragon Ball, how, like, even though, you know, Vegeta had, like, normal ki, he was still able to overpower Beerus who had, like, God ki, right? Now, I'm not saying that Vegeta really, like, was able to fight Beerus, but that moment, anyways, he was able to overpower him, right? Catch him by surprise.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's literally just stupid, dude.
So like,
Just
like,
this
dude.
misconception that like, you know, if you've
Oh,
got
hold
God
on,
ki,
pause
like,
it. Second, I want to debunk this example that they use. Like, God Key is only better than normal Key in the sense that you can control it easier. And, like, it's more stamina efficient. And you can't sense it. If you have someone of God Key and someone of normal Key, and they have the exact same amount or equal in strength.
Yeah. It's also that, like, it's not even that you can't sense it. It's literally that you just need to learn it. Like, in this, like, because, like, people like Piccolo and Darius, they can sense it. But, like, normally, like, these other people, they use scouters. They can't even sense normal Ki.
Yeah.
So it's just like, bro, stop.
yeah, it's
This
actually
example is so
have it
stupid.
means that you're screwed. But if you had like this Vegeta that spent 1,000 years in the hyperbolic time chamber, and he never had God Ki, he could get to a stage where he could whoop someone's ass with God Ki. That's how the series works. You proved that with the whole Topo tournament PowerPoint to me earlier. So like, I understand what Chuck's saying in that sense too. Like, I would generally agree with that.
Wait,
analogy in
what?
terms of using this fight, but it should work pretty well.
Yeah, so
He doesn't need
another
to
thing too is that
train
Yusuke
that
has his transformation. So let's say at one point, like, they all, like, overwhelm him, right? They use attacks on him. I think that he could break out of it through, like, just transforming, and then he could blitz all of them. The thing is too that he doesn't really fight like how he normally fights because he's under, like, Ryzen's control, and it is unclear if
Ryzen died.
he can even use the form anymore after Ryzen died. Spoiler alert. But, like, basically after he dies, he never showcases this form again, so you could argue that he doesn't even have it
He literally, bro, his final fight, he doesn't use it. His final fight, where he's trying to
anymore. But I think that if he does have it for the sake of the battle, I think that he would be able to, like, overpower most of their abilities and then kill most of them. But the thing is, his form doesn't even last that long, so I think that, like, worst case scenario is that he's able to, like, break through their abilities and then kill some of them, and then, like, he would probably just, like, have to fight normally, and then he might be out of energy by that point.
Do you have an idea of like where the transformation would multiply Yusuke by to give the audience sort of an idea?
There wasn't, like, a multiplier given, and, like, there are some guidebooks that I'm still translating, but as far as I know, there's no given set multiplier. But for example, when he fought against Shinobu, he was still, like, a low S-class demon, and he had a pretty, like, equal fight with him, but then after he transformed, he, like, completely overwhelmed him. So basically it's just a massive difference that he just casually beat him with, like, one ray gun. So let's just say for the sake of downplay, he got, like, twice as strong or something like that. But
I would say so. This is
I
my
don't
final
think these
conclusion for the video.
people
I would
know
say
how
that
strong
the,
2
the
times
wank
is.
narrative Espada with the Zoku through stuff, and
Yeah.
then should blitz on Yusuke. That's my opinion. I think that there's too many abilities being used at the same
Yep.
time, and they're just gonna they'll annihilate him. He'll get hit by Hack's powers. He'll have characters that scale speed and strength higher than he does anyway, and they'll defeat him pretty simply. But if you use the low ball narrative one, it's way more competitive, but the Hack's part will be annoying. However, it does give him the opportunity to win. And then when it comes to Yusuke having the like you know, like the wank sort of tap.
This is, what is this final part, dude? I'm like, this is like buffoonery, bro. There's a star in Las Noches, bro. That's the low ball narrative, bro. That's not. I'm not even gonna say that's the low ball narrative because that's dumb. Like, dude, Las Noches is infinite. Stop.
Having his ancestors type power, going all out and having all this wild other scaling, which like if you say like the validity and scaling is more so true and you have to complete with like EFPL stuff and constructive capability, then I'm probably saying that in that third example that Yusuke should be
Okay, what the fuck
so I
is
would say
that?
2 options for the Espada and then 1 to Yusuke, with one of them being very competitive back and forth.
I would say that if we're using like the normal like Espada, right? We're not going into the Helver stuff. I think that they're generally like in the country to like large country levels of power. You can argue continental with like the higher tiers like Ukiora and Stark. But I think that they wouldn't have enough attack potency to take on him individually. But if they're all fighting together, I do think they have a really good chance. Now we are using like the Wank versions, right, with the Sokyoku stuff and the Helver stuff. I do think that the high tiers would have enough attack potency to like hurt him, but I don't think they can take him down individually. But I think
Wank
working together, that I think they would be able to take care of him.
I don't know. Well, it is Wank, bro, because Ukiora doesn't scale to hell versus Ichigo. Yeah, it is Wank.
It's a lot easier. Again, as I
No,
said,
no, I'm
with
saying
Yusuke having, like, heroes
Wank's
like
just
Tensei
a
and Nest, and energy, so you can
planetary.
argue that their abilities couldn't even work.
No, obviously that's not. But I'm saying that, like, bro, yeah, like by your logic, yeah, because like Hellverse does not scale to the Espada, like
To
terrible.
begin with.
That's why I would
Yeah.
the one that probably would be able to 1v1 would be most playing version of Ukiora with like the Helver scaling, the Sokyoku scaling, him having like this alien power that like Uryu is quite knowledgeable on the verse side, and he is like I've never seen anything like this before, and he's in Soul Society amongst really overpowered characters. So you've got like them casually waving their hand and like opening up portals, you've got them using like time and space manipulating attacks, all this other weird like existence erasure type attacks too, and so on. So I would say as I said before, like my conclusion would be set in stone if I was to really like stick by one Espada that I think would arguably win by himself. It would probably be Ukiora, a wanked version of this like hypothetical third form Yami, or depending on how you want to make Star. Because I know Star fans go crazy, so like I'll give him some credit. He's my strong.
Yeah, I'd say that in a one-on-one battle, I think the one that would give him the most difficulty is probably Vargon, because like really the only way he was defeated was by his own power, right? And then he could just like speed away a bunch of Yusuke's attacks. So I think it would be the most difficult for sure.
Yeah, that's true. That he could aid his attack. My issue is that can he aid Yusuke because of how much stronger he is. So yeah, I guess
Yeah, I'm like, Clyde doesn't understand bleach scaling at all. Like that was so dog shit, bro. Like this man is such a normie that he doesn't even get like the basic bullshit right, dude. I'm like, dude, brain dead monkey. Stark have more bullet. Stark kill. Stark relative. More ammo. Yusuke die.
How the fuck?
Monkey.
So,
Baragon.
yes,
Age. Die. Hollybell. Water. Drown. Die. Ukiora. Literally just throw and nuke. Just nuke him. Like, come on, dog. It's actually just really brain dead. And it's like really obvious the Espada win. It's like not even fair.
yeah.
But
Even using their logic, the Espada should have shit stomped.
literally. Like, well, you hate to see it, bro. You hate to see it.